respected Pro-Vice Chancellors, Professor Satyakam ji, Professor Umakanchi Lal ji, Dr. Srikant Mahapatra ji, Professor Sumitra Kukreti ji, Professor Manrup Singh Meena ji, our invited speakers of today's webinar, Dr. Ramesh Mittal ji and Dr. C. Tara Satyavati ji, all the directors of the schools and divisions of IGNOU, all the invited guests, our dear students, and my colleagues from the IGNOU headquarters and the regional centers. A very good morning and heartiest welcome to the webinar on millets and entrepreneurship. As we know that the United Nations has declared this year, 2023, as International Year of Millets, we in the School of Agriculture, IGNOU, we have planned a series of activities throughout the year to celebrate this International Year of Millets. So we already have started our activities in the last December 2022 in the form of a teleconference program. This is our second program which we are organizing under the patronage of our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir. To celebrate this year, we have planned activities like television program, radio program, workshop, conference, seminar, exhibition, etc. to raise the awareness about the nutritional and health aspects of millets, production of millets, processing, value addition, and sustainable market opportunities for the producers, for the processors, and the consumers. So to begin this webinar, may I now request my senior colleague, Professor S.K. Yadav, sir, to welcome the audience, please.
Thank you, Dr. Meeta. Good morning to all of you, and heartiest welcome to the webinar. And this is our second in the series, and we are commemorating the International Year of Millets 2023. So first of all, I would like to welcome our own Honorable Vice Chancellor, who always have blessed us to achieve the academic excellence in the school by devising innovative programs, and his guidance and all supports have been all throughout our academic journey in the School of Agriculture. I welcome to my Pro-Vice Chancellors, Professor Satyakam sir, Professor Mahapatra sir, Professor Uma madam, Professor Meena sir, Professor Sumitra madam. All their blessings are there with all of us. And whenever we needed any guidance, the PVCs have always supported us. I welcome to the officials from the Ministry of Education who are actively supporting us, and they have all the time supported the endeavors of this university from time to time. And today also, few of the officials are attending this program, and also through them, some other officials are from different departments are also attending this program. So I welcome to all of you in this webinar. I welcome my senior directors of this university who are part of the schools of different studies, and they have been always supporting in the organizing such programs in the school. And I welcome especially to the external experts, particularly Dr. Tara and Dr. Ramesh Mittal, who have kindly accepted our request in a short time to be the speaker and to be the enlightener of this webinar. Although this program is also being telecast through Facebook and also other social media means, and we are also very much welcoming to those who are attending this program on social media platforms. I also welcome to all faculty members and my own regional directors and senior regional directors who are attending from different corners of this country in this webinar. And they have been very kind and generous to take our programs to the doorsteps of our stakeholders or learners who are needing these programs. And I also welcome Dr. Umesh Chandra Pandey, who is the Director of Regional Services Division, and other registrars who have joined this webinar from the university itself. I welcome to all the students and all the persons who are part of this webinar in this August gathering, and we will be welcoming to each of you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our pleasure that today we could organize this webinar for the creating awareness among the masses about the millets and its entrepreneurial potentials. We know that there are 9 planets, and importantly, there are 9 millets also. Therefore, we can just understand their utilities, their importance in our diet, in our life, and they have been the oldest crops on this earth. With these small remarks, I would like to welcome to all of you again in this webinar, and I now hand over this to the Dr. Meeta for further advancement. Thank you, Dr. Meeta.
Thank you, Professor Yadav. Now, may I request our Director, School of Agriculture, Dr. P.K. Jain, to introduce today's webinar topic and also to inform us about the importance of the celebration of International Year of Millets. Dr. Jain, please.
Thank you, Dr. Meeta. Respected Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Nageswar Rao, Professor Satyakam Sir, PVC, Professor Umakanji Lal Madam, Dr. Srikant Mahapatra Sirs, Dr. Manroop Singh Meena Sir, and Professor Sumitra Kukreti Madam, PVC, and in charge of the School of Agriculture, Dr. Ramesh Mittal, Director, National Institute of Agriculture Marketing, Jaipur, under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Dr. T. Sara Satyavati, Project Coordinator, All India Coordinator, Research Project on Pearl Millet, Jodhpur, the directors of the schools and the divisions and head, all the regional directors. Dr. Motiram is here, I can see him, and the different officials from the Ministry of Agriculture and Ministry of Education, and my colleagues, Dr. S.K. Yadav, Dr. Vijay, Dr. Mukesh Kumar, Dr. Mehta, all the learners and viewers, and I also welcome you on the webinars which is being the School of Agriculture. The topic is Millets and Entrepreneurs. The School of Agriculture is basically mandated to bring the educational programs, to provide the entrepreneurial programs, to bring the entrepreneurial programs with the objective to develop the human resources in agriculture and allied sectors, which have a kind of occasional and entrepreneurial orientation in them. So, basically we want to reach the unreached people who are living in the rural areas, who cannot afford to go to the conventional universities. For them, basically we bring the different educational program in agriculture and allied sectors. As of now, we have about 16 programs in agriculture. Like there is one awareness program for the dairy farmers. This program is basically of 2-month durations, and after going through these programs, farmers or rural youth can start their dairy enterprises. Then there are 5 certificate programs in the area of water harvesting and management, poultry farming, organic farming, sericulture, beekeeping. So certificate programs is basically 6-month duration programs, and after completing these programs, they can start their own enterprises in these areas. Then we have the 5 diploma programs. Diploma programs is of 1-year duration programs. So we have diploma in horticulture, watershed management, dairy technology, meat technologies, such type of programs we have. So all these programs are basically entrepreneurial development programs we have. Then there are 2 PG diploma programs. One is the food safety and quality management. Another recently launched the diploma in agribusiness management. This program is also having the entrepreneurial aspect, on developing the management professional for agribusiness enterprises. And there are a lot of new opportunity for the millet-based enterprises in agriculture. So that part also we cover in this program. And then we have the one MSc programs in the food safety and quality management, recently launched programs. And we also have the one PhD program in dairy technology. And basically the world is celebrating the International Year of Millets. The government of India basically approached the Food and Agriculture Organization to declare the year 2023 as a International Year of Millets, and the FAO accepted the proposal, and the same was brought to the United Nations General Assembly, and the General Assembly adopted a resolutions and declared the year 2023 is the International Year of Millets. This proposal of India and the government of India was supported by more than 70 countries. That was the big achievement for the India. And the idea of celebrating the International Years of Millet is to create awareness about the contribution of millets in food security. Basically, millets are the hardy crops. The farmers who are resource poor, the farmers who follow the dryland agriculture. For them, the millets are the blessed. Because these crops can survive in the hard condition, and basically, in the condition of climate change, the millets crops are the option. They are the answer, to meet the adverse climatic conditions. So these crops basically can be survive in the hard soils, survive in the dry land, low rainfall zones. So these are the crops which require minimum water requirement. They require minimum fertilizer and chemical spray. So that's why they are the very important crop. The another objective of the International Years Millet is to inspire the stakeholder to enhance the production of the millet crops, because demand for the millet crops is increasing over the period of time. And the another objective is to enhance the investment for the research and development in millet crops. So these were the three major objectives behind the celebrating the International Year of Millets. And millet crops are considered as the miracle crops, the miracle grain, because they provide a lot of benefit to the human. The nutritional benefit is there. It support the farmers' economy of the dry land, cultivation. So, and millets are basically the highly varied small seeded grasses. The millets are being grown in more than 131 countries all over the world, and they are the traditional food. It is a traditional food for more than 60 crore people in the Asia and African countries, and we consume the millets for about 7,000 years. So there are a lot of importance is there in terms of the sustaining the farmers' economy. So that's why the government and the also focusing a lot on the millet crops. They are supporting the millet crops by enhancing the minimum support prices. There is a support to set up the startups based on the millet crops. So a lot of importance is given. That's why School of Agriculture is also celebrating the IGNOU is also celebrating the year 2023 as the International Years of Millet. And the objective of celebrating or organizing this webinar is to create awareness among the masses about the importance of the millets in the human diet or for the animal feed, and also sustaining the farmers' economy. And we have invited two eminent experts who are have a lot of knowledge and skills in the millet crops. Dr. Ramesh Mittal, he has set up a lot of entrepreneurial avenues in the millet-based enterprises. Then we have Dr. Tara Satyavarthi. He is doing a lot of research in the millet crops, particularly the millet crops. So, the idea is to generate information and the knowledge and skills where we have a lot of avenue to earn more. So, I thank you, Dr. Mita, and I also welcome you again, all the experts and the viewers and officials from different departments. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Mita, and over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Jain, for informing us about the purpose of celebration of this International Year, and you have explained all the objectives of the International Year of Millets very well. Thank you so much. So I must mention that today our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir could not be present in this webinar because of his another urgent engagement. So, but we are privileged to have with us today our respected Pro-Vice Chancellors who are always the source of inspiration for all the activities of our school. So we'd like to listen to them today. May I request our respected Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Satyakam Sir, for his kind remarks, please, Sir. I think sir is online.
Yes, Sam.
Namaskar sir, please sir.
नमस्कार. सबको बहुत बहुत सब लोगों को बहुत बहुत ये कुछ वहां पर इको हो क्या
सर आ रहा है, सुनाई दे रहा है सर आपका सर?
अब आवाज आ रही है?
यस सर, यस सर.
अच्छा ठीक है, कुछ गड़बड़ी हो गई थी. अब आवाज आ रही है?
यस सर.
हाँ, नमस्कार. आप सब लोगों को मिलेट दिवस की बहुत बहुत बधाई. मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं कि हम लोग हर एक क्षेत्र में वापस की ओर लौट रहे हैं, प्रकृति की ओर लौट रहे हैं. इसलिए आज फिर हम लोग उस खाद्यान्न की तरफ लौट रहे हैं जिसे मोटा अनाज कहा जाता है. इसलिए कि आप लोग सब लोग कृषि क्षेत्र के विद्वान हैं. इसको उपजाने में पानी बहुत कम लगता है, जहां तक मुझे जानकारी है, और यह बहुत ही स्वास्थ्य के लिए, शरीर के लिए बहुत ही उपयुक्त है. दूसरे जो हम कहते हैं कि अनाज हैं, जैसे चावल है या गेहूं है, खासतौर पर जो चावल है, धान है, उसको उपजाने में बहुत ज्यादा पानी लगता है. और हम जानते हैं कि पानी लगातार कम होता जा रहा है और हमें पानी को भी सुरक्षित रखना है और अपने स्वास्थ्य को भी. तो मैं ये कहता हूं कि प्रकृति जो कहती है वो करना चाहिए, प्रकृति के विरुद्ध नहीं जाना चाहिए. और जो आज का संदर्भ है, जिसके लिए बाजरा को बहुत महत्व दिया गया है और अन्य मोटे अनाजों को, और एक बहुत जो मिथ है कि यह स्वादिष्ट नहीं होता है, इससे सभी खाद्यान्न पकवान नहीं बनाए जा सकते हैं. लेकिन हम ये देख रहे हैं अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर भी कि इस पर सभी तरह के पकवान बनाए जा रहे हैं. और जो पश्चिम से आए हुए पकवान हैं, चाहे वो केक हो, चाहे वो पिज्जा हो, चाहे वो बर्गर हो, उसमें भी मिलेट का उपयोग किया जा रहा है. और ये हमारे शरीर को मजबूत बना रहा है. भारत एक ऐसा देश है जहां मिलेट की बहुत पैदावार होती है, और अगर हम इसको बढ़ावा देंगे तो किसानों को भी कम लागत में अधिक मुनाफा होगा, और जो उपभोक्ता हैं, उपभोक्ता को भी एक अच्छे दाम में बेहतर चीज मिल सकेगी. तो स्वास्थ्य की दृष्टि से, आर्थिक व्यवस्था की दृष्टि से और भारत की भौगोलिक स्थिति, प्रकृति को देखते हुए ये बहुत ही उपयुक्त है. मैं स्कूल ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं, और जो हमारे विशेषज्ञ यहाँ उपस्थित हैं, उनसे हम लोग इसके बारे में सुनेंगे, जानेंगे और लाभान्वित होंगे. तो यह राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विश्वविद्यालय, इंदिरा गांधी राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विश्वविद्यालय की ओर से यह कार्यक्रम हो रहा है. इसका महत्व यह है कि यह हमारे सभी 35 लाख विद्यार्थियों के पास यह संदेश जाएगा विभिन्न चैनलों से तो इसका महत्व बहुत स्थापित होगा। तो बहुत बहुत एक बार बहुत बहुत बधाई और धन्यवाद कि आपने मुझे इस कार्यक्रम में शामिल किया और बुलाया। सबका बहुत बहुत अभिवादन, शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद सर, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपके आज इस प्रोग्राम में आपकी उपस्थिति के लिए और हमें हमेशा प्रोत्साहित करने के लिए। सर मैं ये भी जानती हूँ कि हर एक स्तर पर आप अपने हिसाब से भी कितने कोशिश कर रहे हैं इस मिलेट्स को और भी लोगों के पास ले जाने के लिए, पॉपुलर बनाने के लिए, क्योंकि लास्ट वीक ही हम लोग एक इग्नू गेस्ट हाउस की मीटिंग थी जहाँ सर चेयरमैन है, तो सर ने सुझाव दिया है कि इग्नू की गेस्ट हाउस की मेनू में भी मिलेट्स को यूज किया जाए। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। नमस्कार सर। So now we are honored to have with us two eminent speakers today for this webinar. First, I would like to invite Dr. Sitara Satyavati ji, presently who is steering the ICAR All India Coordinated Research Project on Pearl Millets as project coordinator. She is an academician, she is a scientist, a researcher. She was associated with the Indian Agriculture Research Institute as principal scientist. She has published many books, published more than 140 research papers in reputed national and international journals. As an expert in plant breeding and genetics, she has developed 2 hybrids and 3 varieties of pearl millets. So she has been awarded with many awards for her remarkable contributions in Indian agriculture. Just to mention a few awards, she has got M.S. Swaminathan Outstanding Women Scientist Award in 2019, Outstanding Millet Scientist Award in 2018, Panjab Rao Deshmukh Outstanding Women Scientist Award in 2016, and award for Outstanding Research Contribution in Pearl Millet Improvement in the country in 2018 and again in 2020. So she has vast experience in research in millets, and we are very eager to listen to you, ma'am, today. Please, madam.
Thank you, Dr. Meeta. May I have the permission to share the screen?
Sure, please, ma'am.
You need to enable me.
Astos, please enable. Mr. Astos. Thank you, Astos.
You are able to see my slides?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is visible. Please.
Madam, can you please make it in screen mode?
So now it has come to the screen mode?
No, ma'am. It's not in the screen mode.
Here it is in the screen mode.
Okay, fine. We could see at least.
Should I stop it and again reshare? Otherwise.
Yes, please, once.
You are able to see now?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellors, the organizers, and different management, research, academicians from IGNOU and the students of IGNOU spread across the country. Thank you for inviting me to share my views on millets and their uses. Rightly said and set notes set by the earlier introductions and remarks. This is the year of millets. It is rightly declared as International Year of Millets by United Nations General Assembly on request by Government of India, and we are all part of it, and we are celebrating millets in this very important International Year of Millets. Okay, coming to my presentation, I was asked to speak about millets and their uses. So if you see millets, these are one of the earliest grains that are being cultivated and consumed by people. And you have two types of millets, major millets and minor millets. Can others please mute yourself? Yeah. The major millets are pearl millet, sorghum, and ragi. Minor millets include foxtail millet, proso millet, kodo millet, barnyard millet, and little millet. In India, pearl millet and sorghum are the important food grain crops after rice, wheat, and maize, if you look in terms of area and production. And in northern Karnataka, Telangana, and Uttarakhand, ragi or finger millet, it forms a major part of the food basket. And other minor millets are cultivated in varying scales in various parts of the country, mainly by tribal and marginal farmers. So if you see this is sorghum, this is pearl millet, this is finger millet or ragi, this is foxtail millet, this is little millet, barnyard millet, kodo millet, proso millet. Then these four are other additions in the category of nutri-cereals and millets. You should see into the distribution of different millets across the country.
I'm sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Actually, slides are not moving. Can you try once again, please?
Slides are not moving?
No, ma'am.
You are able to see now?
Yes, madam. We are at the first slide.
Okay. Second?
Yeah, second you can see. Yes, ma'am. Now it's working. Fine. Fourth one we are. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now?
No, it's visible, ma'am.
Map
Thank
of
you.
India. Yeah, thank you. Here we try to depict all kinds of millets which are grown in different states, right from Jammu Kashmir to Tamil Nadu and Kerala here. The major states growing millets are Rajasthan, where sorghum and bajra are the major crops. In Karnataka, it is jowar and ragi. In Maharashtra, ragi and jowar. Uttar Pradesh, bajra, Haryana, bajra, like that. And why millet production is beneficial, just now the Pro Vice Chancellor also has mentioned about the importance. I'm again trying to repeat that because they provide nutritious food, feed and fodder. They consume less water compared to other cereals. The water footprints of millets is very less. They grow faster and put less stress on the environment. So the carbon footprint is also less. The energy output is also high in millet. You have very less problem of insects and diseases and pests, and they can grow in very poor and marginal lands where other crops fail to grow. And they provide complete food and nutritional security. They also will supplement the existing income of the farmers. Like if you see in Rajasthan, especially in case of northwestern Rajasthan, they help you reduce groundwater extraction. They combat desertification. They provide increasing resilience to farmers in case of droughts. brought by the climate change. And all of you already know that UN, it has declared 2023 as International Year of Millets. Now I would like to draw the attention of the audience that millets were renamed as nutri-cereals. Why and how? If you see the major millets, bajra, jowar and ragi, and other minor millets, foxtail millet, proso millet, kodo millet, barnyard millet, ladle millet, and 3 more pseudo millets, they are buckwheat, amaranthus. These have been named as nutri-cereals by Government of India through a Gazette notification issued on 13th April 2018. And if you look into the nutritional composition of millets as compared with other major cereal crops, on the left hand you have the crops like wheat, sorghum, pearl millet, finger millet, proso millet, foxtail millet, kodo millet, little millet, barnyard millet. And here in green, you have wheat and rice. If you look into the composition like protein, carbohydrates, fat, root fiber, mineral components, calcium, phosphorus, you can see how these different millets are rich in these different parameters. Proso millet has highest amount of protein, then highest amount of fat is present in barnyard millet, also find more in pearl millet as well. Root fiber is high in barnyard millet again. Then calcium is high in finger millet. Phosphorus is high in pearl millet. Similarly, iron and zinc are also rich in pearl millet. If you look into the benefits of millets, health benefits, because they have high fiber content, they provide rescue from constipation, obesity, and gallstones. These millets are gluten. Hence, they are the solution for celiac disease, have low glycemic index. Hence, they are good for diabetic people. They have good quality protein. They have high amount of micronutrients like iron and zinc. Hence, they are solution for hidden hunger. They have high amount of antioxidants, which are good for various health issues like cancer and other things. If you look into different component wise, you have carbohydrates in almost all the grains. Take any cereal, you have carbohydrates, protein, fat. Only thing is the composition and the content of these 3 major parameters varies in different cereals and grains. Most of the millets, almost all, they have nearly 67%, more than 60% millet carbohydrates. And if you look, they have good amount of dietary fiber. Millets are rich sources of insoluble dietary fiber and soluble dietary fiber. If you see what are the important functions of dietary fiber and how it is good for our health. Dietary fiber, it provides water absorbing and bulking property, and almost all the millets high amount of dietary fiber. The dietary fiber helps in increased transit time for food in the gut, and this is helpful in reducing the problems of inflammation and bowel disease. You find good amount of dietary fiber in sorghum and finger millet, and also pearl millet. Bile acid and steroid binding. This you can see in good pearl millet, sorghum and finger millet. Here I would like to mention that when we take food, the body digest it, and most of the foods when enter the gut and in the stomach, they become acidic. But pearl millet is the only millet which stays alkaline even after entering the stomach. So those people who are suffering with acidity, millets are the best bet, and among them pearl millet is the best bet for acidity because it retains its alkalinity. And millets like sorghum, pearl millet and finger millet, they help reduce carbohydrate absorption and impaired glucose tolerance, so that they're good for management of certain types of diabetes. Sorghum has good number of antioxidants, so it is a detoxifying agent. Then proso millet and foxtail millet, they help in binding of different cations, and thus they are good for absorption processes. If you look into protein, millets have on an average 5%, and in some cases percent. They have high amount of protein and it ranges from 7.7 to 11.8%. These are the different fractions of the protein. And in pearl millet, it has high amount of prolamins to an extent of 33 to 49.5%. And glutenins this much. And millets generally contain significant amounts of essential amino acids, especially sulfur-containing amino acids like methionine and cysteine. Thus, these are good for vegetarian diet because vegetarians, they don't get these amino acids in all the foods. Non-vegetarians, they do get these sulfur-containing amino acids from eggs, other things, and all other non-veg foods. If you look into the lipids, you have different forms of lipids, fatty acids, glycerides. I'm not going into detail, but those who are interested can go through all this. And lipids are concentrated in germ, pericarp, and alluran layers of the millet grains. The essential fatty acids, most of you might be knowing, linolenic acid, linoleic acid, oleic acid, palmitic acid, and these are found in good amount in millets. And other fatty acids like arachidic acids, behanic acid, etc. are also found in trace amounts. And millet oil is a good source of linoleic acid and tocopherols. So when we talk of the cardiac problems, these are good. These are very good for heart. This is the fatty acid composition of millets compared to other cereals. I'm not going into detail, but those that are interested can look into. You can see how in these different millets, these different fatty acids are available. Millets, they have good amount of vitamins. They are rich in important vitamins like thiamine, riboflavin, folic acid, and niacin. And the niacin content in millet is higher compared to all other cereals. Kodo millet is rich in vitamin B, then pyridoxine and folic acid. Sorghum and millets in general. In sorghum, we have some yellow colored sorghums. Those yellow endosperm varieties of sorghum contain more amounts of beta carotene, which can be directly converted into vitamin A in the human body. And also we find traces of fat-soluble vitamins like D, E, and K in millets. If you look into vitamin profiles in different millets, these are the different millets and these are the different vitamins. You can see how these millets have varying content of vitamins and how they would be useful. Here I am trying to show the folic acid content in millets. You can see pearl millet has higher amount of folic acid, followed by finger millet, little millet, and kodo millet. Also, millets have good amount of mineral content. We all know that these minerals are essential. Whatever grains we are eating, whatever cereals or whatever foods we are eating, they also contain minerals. But our body needs different minerals in different quantities. Now here, if you see, millets contain substantial quantities of several minerals, including calcium, iron, potassium, and magnesium. Finger millet is the richest source of calcium. It has about 300 to 400 mg per 100 grams of grain. Then magnesium is a micronutrient which is essential for bone mineralization, teeth maintenance, building up of proteins, enzyme activities, and again, magnesium is amply available in millets. Sorghum is also a good source of potassium, and pearl millet is rich in iron and zinc, which is generally good for general health, RBC development, and improves cognition abilities. Those people who are suffering from iron deficiency or zinc deficiency, most of you know that is called as hidden hunger. And people with low iron has the problem of anemia. And if you have less iron, if you're anemic, you will not be able to perform your duties or daily routine in a proper way. If you try to map millets with different nutrients, you can see here sorghum has high amount of magnesium, pearl millet also dietary fiber, iron and zinc, finger millet calcium, foxtail millet thiamine, proso millet protein, little millet kodo millet folic acid, barnyard millet zinc, all these things. So these studies are being carried out by different institutes, especially National Institute of Nutrition, then other institutes across the country. If you look into the present day challenges, increasing population is one of the major problems. Then global warming, which is resulting in climate change, increasing the average air temperatures. Water scarcity, it is mounting to frightening proportions, malnutrition in the developing countries, and then COVID-19 pandemic. All these things have relation to millets. How? Global warming with increasing air temperatures, if you look into the productivity of wheat, it is falling down. Millets are the ones which can withstand high temperatures. Then water scarcity, millets are the answer where they can grow even in less amount of rainfall, even to an extent of 200 mm annual rainfall across the year. And then for malnutrition, millets are having high amounts of iron and zinc. They are the answer for hidden hunger. Then in the COVID-19 pandemic, everyone has realized the importance of immunity and how food contributes immunity. So here is the answer for the immunity providing food. These are the millets. And if you look into the status of non-communicable diseases in India, these are the major 4 problems. The first one is cardiovascular diseases, then chronic respiratory diseases, diabetes, and cancer. And again, the answer to all these non-communicable diseases also lies in millets. If you look into the benefits of nutraceuticals, how they help us, or how millets help us. They are beneficial in detoxifying the body. They lower the bad cholesterol. They prevent the onset of breast cancer. They help to prevent type 2 diabetes. They are effective in reducing blood pressure. They help to protect against heart diseases. They aid in treating respiratory conditions such as asthma. They help to optimize kidney, liver, and immune system. They reduce the risks of gastrointestinal conditions like gastric ulcers and colon cancers, and also eliminate problems like constipation, excess gas, bloating, and cramping. Just now I have mentioned different compositions, different parts, the different things available in the millet grain and how each thing affects us. So the gist and the nutshell of that one is this. Now, if you look into the major, some of the issues which are affecting the society, nowadays we hear about celiac disease, allergy to gluten and all these things. So what is gluten sensitivity means? It is wheat allergy symptoms, usually which occur in mouth, nose, eyes, and throat. And they provide rashes on skin, respiratory tract, wheezing, difficulty in breathing, and all these things. And this is result of the intake of the protein gluten. Generally, though the fraction or the proportion of the people suffering from celiac disease in India is less, but in world, many people are suffering. It is an autoimmune disease where the immune system starts attacking normal tissue, particularly the internal lining tissue of the small intestine in response to eating gluten, that is the wheat protein. And this gluten protein is responsible for providing the elasticity in the wheat and also good roti making properties. In celiac disease, the body reacts to gluten or the prolamins which are present as if they are toxins. And when the mucosal surface is damaged, the small intestine is not able to absorb the nutrients properly, making people prone to nutritional deficiencies. And it can also result in anemia, vomiting, diarrhea, and all these things. Since millets do not have gluten, so people, when they consume millets, they do not have this problem of gluten allergy or other repercussions because of the celiac disease. And this gluten is also a trigger for joint pain, especially those people who are suffering with arthritis. If they consume millets, they are avoiding gluten. So if gluten is not present in their food, it will not increase the problems related with arthritis, especially the joints and the pain.
Yeah. Like.
Can someone mute the others? Diabetes. Most of you know that increased sugar levels is responsible for diabetes. The higher or abnormal blood glucose levels are reported either because of inadequate insulin production or because the body cells are not able to respond properly to insulin, or both. So the common symptoms of diabetes: weight loss, blurred eye vision, excessive thirst, and frequent urination, and all these things. So dietary management of diabetes involves reduction of postprandial hyperglycemia, and good glycemic control. Some of the factors responsible for diabetes are hereditary, obesity, stress, and general lack of physical activity. So how millets help in diabetes management is, millets make a good substitute for rice for type 2 diabetes. Most of the problem for diabetes, most of the cases of diabetes are related to type 2 diabetes. Because millets have high fiber content, they help in slow digestion and slow release of the sugars into the bloodstream. And this helps diabetics avoid dangerous spikes in blood sugar that lead to glucose spilling over into the urine, known as glucosuria. And since millets are good source of vitamins, the body uses vitamin B to process carbohydrates. So again, millets are good for diabetes management. Also, millets have resistant starches and slowly digestible starches. That also helps in slow digestion of the food material and slow release of the sugars. And also, diets rich in whole grains like LDL cholesterol, triglycerides, they help in reducing all the related issues with the diabetes. Obesity is also a major issue where we are seeing children are becoming obese, adults are becoming obese, and this is a pre-cause for diabetes, type 2 diabetes. And also obesity relates, again, it relates to hypertension. So eating millets or other whole grains in place of refined grains like white flour, white rice, or packaged nuts is helpful in reducing weight loss and improving overall health. Because millets are rich in dietary fiber, this helps in increasing the bulk to the diet, giving more satiety to what you are eating. It helps in water holding and absorption capacity, which ultimately helps in improving the digestion. Cardiovascular diseases refer to the conditions that are involved, which make the narrowing or blocking of the blood vessels, leading to heart attack or chest pain or angina or the strokes. Millets are good sources of magnesium that is known to be capable of reducing the effects of migraine and heart attack. And millets are also rich in phytochemicals containing phytic acid, which is known to lower cholesterol. And tannins, which are present in millets, are also beneficial to lower the cholesterol. Millet extract prevent the oxidation of LDLs, and oxidized LDLs is believed to result in formation of fatty streaks that are being taken up by macrophages, and they lead to development of atherosclerosis. So when you take millets, these problems will be reduced. Millets also have increased levels of high density lipoprotein and HDL, that is a good cholesterol. One way they reduce the LDL, and the other way they increase the HDL. So reduction in LDL and increase in HDL both are good for cardiovascular disease management. And millets are also helpful in dealing with cancers. Major cancers, we have 6 types: mouth, upper throat, larynx, lung, stomach, and bowel. And obesity has been linked to cancers of esophagus, liver, upper stomach, and these areas. When you consume millets, because they have high dietary fiber and also they have good LDL, good HDL, they lower LDL, all these things, and also good amounts of micronutrients, all these things help in making the body strong and provide immunity in dealing with all these issues. Because millets have high amount of fiber, they help in dealing with the problems related with bowel movement and deal with reduced constipation. And because millets have high amount of iron, just like in pearl millet, they deal with anemia, reduce anemia, and related issues of anemia. So when there are so many important nutrients and nutraceutical properties available in millets, we have to bring back those millets into our diet. Since we have forgotten consumption of millets, growing of millets, we have to see how we can bring them back. So various
cookies over
things are available, like techniques like incentivizing millet cultivation, farm gate processing, value chains, value addition, and market linkages are being proposed in making millets more popular and bringing them back to our plates. So we have different processing technologies. Previously, millets are consumed in the form of rotis or other products. But now the present generation, they are lovers of fast food. And they want food in a more vivid way, more different way. And they want to have ready to eat, ready to cook, ready to serve types of foods. So depending on the demands, looking into the demands of the present generation, different processing technologies are also available in millets, just like we have puffing technologies, baking, cold extrusion, hot extrusion, fortified foods, instant mixes, recipes, many things are available in millets. And now, apart from the roti or other things, millets are also consumed in different forms like in idli, dosa, murkus, other snacks, which commonly are used in our daily routine in our. And then here you can see in this slide we have flakes developed from different millets like Gross millet, barnyard millet flakes, pearl millet flakes, finger millet flakes, sorghum flakes, little millet flake, different flakes available from different millets. And here you can see millet cookies, millet bread, millet cake. So all those foods which are now happily consumed by the present young generation are also now millet versions are being brought into the market. Now, some people say that if you are processing millets, you will be losing the nutrient value. But along with some positive points, there will be some negative points. If you are dehulling, you are increasing the protein digestibility, starch digestibility, and mineral bioavailability. And there will be some reduction in all these parameters. Similarly, milling also improves different parameters. It decreases some other things, puffing, extrusion. Then how we can improve? By fermentation, we can improve the nutrient composition of different millets. By fermentation, you can go for germination. Then it will increase the amount of protein and other things and the availability of other nutrients. Parboiling, or you can go for roasting. All these things are available now. Now, looking into the importance of millets, already different people have mentioned that International Year of Millets has been declared and it is supported by so many countries. And Government of India has decided to celebrate International Year of Millets to make it people's movement so that the Indian millets, recipes, value-added products are accepted globally. Already, Indian Institute of Millet Research has developed a culinary recipe book which is being accepted across the globe. There are 7 sutras which are implemented by Government of India. Like different aspects of millets are there. One aspect is how we can go for improving the production and productivity. This is the responsibility given to Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare and their nutritional and health benefits by Department of Health and FSSI, value addition, processing and recipe development by MOFPI and Ministry of Tourism, entrepreneurship, startup, collective development by Ministry of Commerce and then Ministry of the Farmers Welfare, awareness creation, branding, labeling and promotion by all the ministries, international outreach by Ministry of Commerce and Ministry of External Affairs, policy interventions for mainstreaming by Department of Food and Public Distribution, Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. These are the different ministries, and almost all departments in the country are now organizing International Year of Millet events, and probably this is also one of the reasons IGNOU is organizing and try to increase the awareness about millets and popularize millets and encourage people to consume millets. Now, growing millets, they are good for health, they're good for society, good for climate, good for the environment, and these are the smart foods, and they have many advantages and benefits. growing millets, it also helps in dealing our achieving the sustainable development goals, like goal number 1, no poverty, SDG number 2, zero hunger, SDG 3, good health and well-being, SDG 6, clean water and sanitation, SDG 12, SDG 13, climate action, SDG 15, life on land. All these things can be met with growing millets. So thank you for giving me this opportunity, and thank you all for your kind attention.
Thank you so much, madam, for your such interesting, informative, and very colorful presentation. So I'm sure that all our students got benefited from your lecture. Not only the students, we also get benefited from your lecture, madam. Because we know that millets were there, all the time it was there in our country, but many of us were little ignorant about the benefits of millets. And today you let us know about the different benefits of millets. Like you mentioned that the millets production is beneficial in reference to the less water and carbon footprint. And so it is eco-friendly for production. And you mentioned the nutritional benefits also. You mentioned that the jowar, bajra, ragi, kodo millets are known as nutri-cereals because of their rich nutrient compositions, like especially high fiber content, high minerals, high protein, good fatty acids, good amino acids. You also mentioned that this is gluten free, so the people who are allergic to gluten, like who can't take wheat based product, they can have all these millet based product. These are gluten free, so this is good for them. Again, these are having low glycemic index. That means even the diabetic people can have all the millets based product. So these are having good fatty acids, so good for cardiac patients. You mentioned this, these are also good for even cancer patients because of the high fiber content and antioxidant contents. So I'm sure that all of us got benefited from your lecture, ma'am. Thank you so much once again. Now, our next speaker is Dr. Ramesh Mittalji, who is the director of Chaudhary Charan Singh National Institute of Agricultural Marketing. Dr. Mittal has worked almost 30 years in different national and international level in various government and private organizations as an executive, as trainer, as consultant, faculty, researcher, motivator, counselor, educationist, and strategist. He was associated with many projects with US Department of Agriculture, World Bank, United Nations Agency for International Development, etc. He has also written books and more than 100 research papers in articles in various reputed journals and newspapers. As he is an expert of entrepreneurship, strategic management, and agriculture marketing, we are fortunate to have him today in this webinar. Till now, we learned about the nutritional benefits of millets. Now we will see how these millets can help the farmers and the processors economically. So I request Dr. Mittal to enlighten us about the entrepreneurship opportunities in millets. Sir, please.
Thank you, madam. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir.
First of all, I would like to say thanks to the Honorable Vice Chancellor, IGNOU, and Pro Vice Chancellor, directors, deans, professors, all the faculty members from the IGNOU and outside also. I would like to welcome all the participants, which include the students of the IGNOU. And indeed, it's my pleasure. And for this great opportunity, I would like to say thanks again to the IGNOU official for providing me this platform to speak about the entrepreneurship in the sector of millets. I don't have any structured presentation. I would like to share my experience based on the work what we people are doing here in the institute. Let me begin with 3-4 terminology, which is very, very important. Number one is agriculture. Second is agriculture livelihood. Third is agriculture as agribusiness. And fourth is agriculture as agri-entrepreneurship. So there are little bit difference in all the terminology. Agriculture, we know very well. Now we have surplus food. and credit goes to the green revolution. But that time, we were thinking agriculture as a agri-livelihood. Very simple, like we were growing and just consuming. That's all, nothing else. And millet was used for that purpose only. Then agriculture, we had an agriculture surplus, marketable surplus, which is known as a part of agriculture marketing. So now we are converting agriculture into, even rather than converting, I'll say the transforming agriculture into agri-business. When we are talking about the agri-business, then this agri-entrepreneurship is coming into the picture. So it is a journey, step-by-step journey. Earlier, like 1,000 years ago, agriculture was just livelihood. Then we thought agriculture is a economy, and we have to transform this into agri-business. And now it is moving towards the agri-entrepreneurship. With this little information, I would like to say one quote. I would like to begin with one quote that will explain the significance of this millet, importance of this millet. That is what? अगर पतले होना चाहते हैं तो मोटा खाओ. It is a like simple quote, or you can say one sentence which we can push into the market to enhance the consumption of this millet. It means if you want to be the slim and trim, eat millets. Now, if you look at the millets, the general perception regarding to the millet is bajra, which is not true. Millets means the various kind of millets. As initially Dr. P.K. Jain Sahab has already mentioned, so like more than 9 type of millets are available. Those are commercially used now. So this is the tagline, and with this tagline, we can enhance the entrepreneurship in this sector. Or I'll say it is already enhanced. People have taken advantage by saying like that, by explaining the advantage of millets, uses of millets, benefits of the millets, and many more. Here I would like to tell you one more thing. Few examples. You take the example of custard apple, you take the example of jamun, you take the example of amla. I think our research has proved these agriculture commodities has lot of benefits if you consume. Health benefits and the long-term benefits also. And the reason is basically when such research studies are coming up, people have started to consume. And many more products are coming up. Let us take the one example that is in Uttar Pradesh, Pratapgarh. Pratapgarh is a hub for amla processing units. And if you look at amla candy, amla laddu, amla barfi, many kind of products are available. Such products were also available made by the millets. But unfortunately, the right kind of campaigning, right kind of information, right kind of the research outreach program has not organized. Now credit goes to this International Millet Year 23. All, as my earlier speaker has already mentioned, all agencies, institutions, organizations are working to explore more benefit from the millets. Now the millet is how to identify entrepreneurial opportunity in millets. As I mentioned, I'll give you some comparison. Comparison like, this amla. Now if you look at many years ago, 100 years ago, we were using this amla as a pickle, amla chutney, amla shikakai, many kind of products we were making and consuming. The time has come to introduce this amla candy. Now in amla candy, there is no rocket science. Simple, amla has been boiled and added some sugar syrup, or maybe the honey. And the same kind of amla, which was sold in the market like 4 to 5 rupees per kg, after this process, the price in the market is 400 to 500 rupees per kg. And it is known as a amla candy. Now look at, it has been given here the new kind of market. Now same thing is going to happen, or let me say it is happening in the reference of these millets. We people are running entrepreneurship development program, and we have one center for excellence for the startups. We are hand-holding 4 prestigious institutions across the country, which include IIT Kharagpur, Bihar Agriculture University Bhagalpur, National Rice Research Institute Cuttack, and SKNU University Jobner Jaipur, to handhold, to develop, inculcate, nurture the startups. And very interestingly, such startups based from the millet has come up like anything. Before this International Millet Year, I'm saying like in the 2019, 2020, 2021, already they have come up. They have introduced many kind of products which are remarkable. And they have grabbed the market also by telling all kind of the advantage, such advantage which was already explained by my previous speaker. For example, finger millet. The functional property of the finger millet is high hydration capacity, high viscosity, rich in calcium. Now, such research were already available. But to look at this commercialization, that is why I given my quote, agar patla hona chahte hain, to mota khao. So this is the tagline. And because of this tagline, people are fascinating about that products. They are ready to spend money. What they are looking for the good quality stuff. Some more like barnyard millet, high emulsion activity and stability, high dough rising capacity, and rich in iron. For example, little millet, high water absorption index, and high fat content, high potassium content. Kodo millet, high water absorption index, high fat content, high protein content. Foxtail millet, high water absorption, high ash. Sorghum, low swelling capacity, high bulk density, high fiber content. Pearl millet, high water solubility, high oil absorption capacity, then rich in iron. Proso millet, high hydration index and high zinc content. So these are the basically properties, functional properties as well as the nutritional properties. When you want to attract any entrepreneur in this sector, we need to understand such properties which are in the benefit of the consumer. Now, let me give you one more example, which is very interesting. If you look at people like my generation at the age of 60 or maybe more than 60, they love millet because of their aroma. Other nutrition value, fine. But because of the aroma also. But the conflict is, if you look at the new generation, upcoming generation, those are not interested to eat millet product because of the aroma. So one side, the millet aroma is USP, unique selling proposition. And second side, just because of this aroma, you cannot sell such product which was made by millets. Now, what to do? So the entrepreneurial mindset is coming up. Many startups has gone through with this problem and they have identified some solutions. I have one clip. I'll show you that clip also. But before that, I would like to tell you, they used to prepare cookies, which is made by the bajra or other kind of millets. But the smell was problem, the aroma was problem. So somehow, the highly qualified people in this sector, biotech experts, BTech or MTech, they have introduced a technology where they can remove the aroma. And just because of that, they were able to produce n number of products, which is made by the bajra. So the cookies, cakes, brownies, and birthday cakes. Now, when you eat such product, you will not find any aroma of the bajra. And that is a USP. Now, kids, they are very happily eating such products. And now the girl, she is the co-founder of that one startup. She is selling such products to the UK, European Union, USA, or many more countries. Products are little expensive, good quality, fine packaging. So n number of opportunity our startups are getting as a part of this entrepreneurial environment. Now, if you talk about the millet production or harvesting, some more entrepreneurial opportunities are available. And those are happening. What are those? Like when you go for the harvesting of the millet, the new technology has come up because people are looking for the good quality. Like you can part into segments, organic or maybe the non-organic. Some people are very much interested to have this organic millets. Some are not. So 2 avenues are already available. Once you move little more, then sorting. Sorting is again one more entrepreneurial activity. Independently, you can opt for such business. Many industries are asking sorted, graded, and standardized products. Unfortunately, we have not worked in this segment. So the scope is already exist. So the people who have started such activity, they have their own venture enterprises. They are doing such kind of work and they are catering to the market. Now, after that, the raw product packaging, labeling, storage, CO storage, cold storage, or supply chain, or value chain, and value addition. And finally, to the consumer plate. So value addition is a big way where our entrepreneurs are making various kind of product and they are earning a lot. Now, to copy someone business and making money is not entrepreneurship. Suppose I have looked at someone is selling this organic millets and 10 to 20% margin is available. I can also join such kind of activity if I have customer. But suppose if I don't have customer, then what will I do? So the different kind of changes like innovation is required. And that is why if you look at in our country, the startup movement has across the country, it is happening. Now today, more than 5,000 startups are working exclusively in agriculture. We people are also handling more than 500 startups across the country. 300 are from idea stage, and 200 are from prototype stage where they have already commissioned their product and sale is going on. Their balance sheet is showing the profit. So such kind of activity through startup, it is coming up. Now, what do you need as an entrepreneur? As an entrepreneur, the requirement is you have to have innovation. It is not a simple type of copy paste of the any existing business. So the entrepreneurship means we must have something which is new creation, innovative, or with calculated risk. If you have wild risk, then you are not entrepreneur. Calculated risk. Why calculation? How to do for the calculation? For example, we people are celebrating this International Millet Year. And we know very well the consumption of this millet as a byproduct or maybe subproduct or maybe main product or maybe raw product, it is going to increase. Export is also going to increase. Demand is going to take new height. So by knowing that, if you calculate the kind of risk in the business and to establish a business, go further, that is so-called entrepreneurship. And our startups are innovative. So for startup, three things are major. Number one is innovation. Second is viability and feasibility. And third is social impact. Now, two things is quite understandable. Innovation and viability and feasibility. But what is this social impact? Social impact is basically for our stakeholders, because agriculture is a product which you cannot manufacture. You need to have strong supply chain. It is just like that, when you want to sell in the market, you need to have customer, but you have to buy raw material. And for that, you need to have consistent supplier. And consistent supplier will come from the social side because it is from the farmer. So can you win the heart of the farmer? Can you make them comfortable to buy the product? Can you ask them for the quality? Can you ask them for the particular parameters? Can you ready to pass on some bucks as a profit? So these are the issues. And if you are able to do it, it means you are the right kind of entrepreneur. Why it is so? Because then you are able to understand that this quality will consistently available to me if I have taken into confidence of my farmer. So entrepreneurship is a value chain. In this value chain, it could be like 1 to 10 scale or maybe 1.25. It depends what customer is looking for. It is not necessary to address all 10 points or maybe more than that. That is again part of entrepreneurship. Let me explain you in a one more manner. Like you have heard about this one more millet, which is known as a name as a kuttu or kuttu, something like that. Now, if you want to export that kuttu, you need to remove the shell of this kuttu. Now, there is no technology available. Now, entrepreneur has to think about it. If you able to peel the shell, the price could be 100 times for the export purpose. Now, that is so-called, it is entrepreneurial opportunity. It's a high protein, big market, but the issue is basically they don't want kuttu with shell. So people are working for it. Now, if you look at the many star category hotels, their restaurant, in the breakfast, they are supplying this different kind of dosa, which is made by the ragi, jwar, kuttu. These are all coming under the category of this health product. People are very much fond of. They don't want to eat rice or different kind of the grain. So due to such existing demand, people are shifting themselves. Now people are saying the maida is not good. Sometimes they are saying wheat is not good. Sometimes they are saying this rice is not good. So such reports are also making a platform for our entrepreneur to think in this area. Now, few innovative millet business plans are also in the market. People are working on it. I would like to highlight a little bit. For example, millet primary processing units. This has lot of avenue, lot of opportunities, and entrepreneurs are coming forward. A lot of schemes are already given by the government of India or maybe the state governments. What we need to explore a little bit, and we can have this primary processing unit. Second is millet value addition, like fortified or maybe the different kind of product as a part of value addition in the market, and people are buying and they are ready to buy. It is just like if you look at the foxnut. Foxnut is known as a makhana. If you look at the today's makhana market, I think it is taken the new quantum jump. And before that, we were not aware what are the merits or advantage to eat makhana. Now today, the various type of makhana with a different kind of flavor is available in the market. And such market is shifting from potato market to the makhana market. Because earlier we were not having any substitute, no options. So we were sitting at the airport or maybe the bus stand or maybe the railway station. We need to have only potato chips. That's all, nothing else. But today, credit goes to these entrepreneurs. They are made available this makhana in the market. Same kind of cookies which is made by this bajra or different kind of millets like little millets or kodo millets or foxtail millets or sorghum are available. And people are very happily buying that because those are known as a healthy product. So the tag is health. So health first. And that is why people are having attraction towards such products. Then millet business plan for the millet seed entrepreneurs. Now, we know very well that the large scale, the millet production is going to increase. Now, where are the seeds? It's a great opportunity to go for the millet seed as a millet seed entrepreneur. Then millet aggregators. When you want to establish a unit where the large quantity is required, then aggregation is also part of that. So sometimes you may not be farmer, you may be trader, but you are collecting, you are aggregating millet as per requirement, as per entrepreneur requirement. Some entrepreneurs wants to have only millet flour like millet ka atta, bajre ka atta, but good quality. They want to pack, they want to brand. Now let me tell you, have you seen like ITC and other companies are offering multi-grain atta, and look at the price. Only few players are in the market. Why not others? There is no rocket science in that. So if people are ready, like for example, maybe 1 kg, if you look at the shop, I mean this wheat flour, the small जो shops होती हैं, वहां हम जाते हैं आधा किलो 1 किलो आटा खरीदते हैं और घर आ जाते हैं. But the opportunity is for the organized sector. You go for the nice packing, you go for the branding, go for the quality product, and things are available. लेकिन आज भी अगर हम बाजरे का आटा लेने जाएंगे तो हमें ब्रांडेड बाजरे का आटा नहीं मिलेगा. So look at the scope. If you are able to provide the good quality, people are very happy to buy. So the millet aggregators, such kind of opportunity is very, very important. Then millet packaging for supermarket and retail industry. तो मिलेट की पैकेजिंग आपने देखा होगा, हमारे यहाँ ट्रेडिशनल पैकेजिंग होती थी, but the time has come where we can go for the scientific packaging. You look at the spice market, you look at the sugar market, you look at the or other commodities like pulses market. Earlier we people used to buy in a loose 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg, 4 kg. Now today, how many people wants to buy loose? You are just visiting to the shop and asking for the packet. Half kg, 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg. Different brands are available. Different categories available like organic, non-organic, like polished, non-polished. So market is expanding like that. So a lot of commercial activities are happening. And I believe we have ample opportunity to push our entrepreneurs and push our young students to take entry in such businesses. Then millet business plan for bakery industry, biscuit and cake industry. This is new segment. Earlier, we used to eat only this maida biscuits or cookies. But now today, mostly bakery items, as I told you, this cakes and brownies are available made by millet. And very surprisingly, even this birthday cakes. And when you eat, you will surprise at the last, you cannot recognize which this is made by the millet. The beauty of this technology is like that. Then millet business plan for the millet based hotel industry. Now, earlier it was not structured. We used to have this millet bajra, millet bati, which is known in the Rajasthan, but other part of the country also. Traditional, like millet ka chapati. Now it is organized sector. Many hotels and restaurants are, celebrating such festivals, and they are offering such food. And such food is not very cheap, like it is luxury for them. And people are very fond of, they are buying and they are enjoying their status. Then millet business plan for the export industry. With this international millet year, believe me, it is going to be the at least 3 to 4 fold. If we people are able to source the right kind of millet, good quality millet, based on the requirement, importer country, importer customer, then you have a lot of scope to export for that. Then this industry is going to take a quantum jump. Then millet business plan for the farmer producer organizations, FPO. We know the country is going through with the FPO movement. 10,000 this year is going to form, and already 6,000 is working. So 16,000 FPO. An average member could be like 100 to 200. So look at the large number. They can also take advantage of this millet year and the advantage of this different kind of product which is value added. And even, in FPO, I did notice they were not able to provide end-to-end solution to the supermarket because they were not strong entrepreneurs. But now today, these FPOs are really working hard and proving themselves as a mid-size of company or entrepreneur. They are getting very good orders and they are exporting also. And big companies are also joined them to take the help. Then creating e-commerce online platform on millet products. Many entrepreneurs has developed this e-commerce platform. Even this social media also, digital marketing technique also, where this Instagram, WhatsApp, or many more, Facebook and all, Twitter, they are using as a marketing platform. So the one housewife who has made some good product, nice product with a good recipe, able to sell their product from across the country, like from Hyderabad to Delhi or from Rajasthan to West Bengal. It is happening. Today, the volume may be small, but tomorrow, I am very sure, by looking at the advantage of this millet, it is going to expand like anything. So, entrepreneurship has a great scope for that. And I always say, if you want to enhance the income of our farmer, we have to make them entrepreneurs. For any stakeholder, simply if they are buying or growing or they are selling, then the profit would not be enough. But if you want to have a good profit for your expansion, for your growth, for your sustainability, then you need to have some innovation in your process, in your product, or anything which is patentable. And if we are moving in that direction, then people are taking full advantage and n number of stories are available. With these words, I would like to share one small video which was prepared by my startup for the millet product. So let me share. Just give me a few seconds, please.
Ashish ji, please allow Dr. Mittal to share the video, please.
Yeah, I've got the permission, madam. I think it is visible.
Not yet, sir.
Not yet.
No, sir.
Screen is visible, but not video.
The video is not visible.
No, sir.
Okay, let me check again.
Sir, please play your video. We are see your screen.
Yeah, I think I'm playing it is visible on my screen, but not visible on your screen, I believe so. Let me see again, what can I do? Let me go through again. Let me try once.
डॉक्टर मित्र पहले फाइल को ओपन करके देन वो ओपन वाली फाइल को शेयर कीजिए सर।
अच्छा ठीक है, ओके ओके ओके। अब मैं ओपन करता हूं एक बार, अब हो गया। लेट मी ओपन इट। अब दिख रहा होगा शायद, आई बिलीव।
Yes, sir. It's coming.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Now I'm just playing. This is Bajra brownie shake, Ragi peanut butter biscuits, Bajra rum muffins, Bajra chocolate cake and chips, Bajra walnut brownie, Bajra cheese cupcake, Bajra dark chocolate, Bajra tutti frutti muffins, and the startup name is Bewust. So I just share one clip because we have limited time. So this is real story, and we have given 25 lakh rupees as a grant to this startup, and now she is exporting to Europe and selling in the country also. And look at like how nicely she has prepared, and she is MTech in biotechnology. And this is one story, but otherwise if you look at across the country, you will find many startups, they are doing excellent for this millets. With these words, I would like to say thanks to the organizers for this great opportunity to share my experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for motivating our students today. We hope that some of them would like to have some millet-based business in future. You started your lecture with explanation of the journey of agricultural livelihood to agribusiness to agri-entrepreneurship. And it's very well said, sir. Patle hona chahte hai to bhuta khao. So for marketing of millet products, it's a very catchy tagline. And we got to know from your lecture that many of the startups have already come up in India and they are also exporting the millet products. So you mentioned about so many entrepreneurial opportunities which are available at each and every step of millet production, sorting, grading, processing, packaging, labeling, storage, supply chain, value addition, etc. And you stressed upon on innovations and calculated risks while planning a business. So I hope that our students will keep that in mind while planning for their own business based on millet products. Thank you once again, sir, for your nice lecture. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So today we are honored to have with us our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Sumitra Kukreti Madam, who always motivates us to take up new initiatives and plan for various activities at School of Agriculture. So with her encouragement, we plan today's webinar. May I now request Madam to deliver a special address on this occasion, please, ma'am?
Thank you, Dr. Meeta. Both the lectures were so informative and so interesting that actually, if you ask me, frankly and sincerely, I wanted them to continue. My fellow Pro-Vice Chancellors present on this occasion, speakers on this occasion, Dr. Satyapati ji and Dr. Mittal, all the RDs and Director, School of Agriculture, Professor Yadav, and all the faculties. Good noon to all. Actually, at the outset, I would like to congratulate School of Agriculture for organizing this webinar on such a pertinent topic, millets and entrepreneurship. And then, as I said, that I was listening both the lectures very carefully. Both the lectures were very, very informative. The previous lecture delivered by Dr. Satyavati focused on health benefits of millet, while the later one, very meticulously planned, was focused on health benefits as well as entrepreneurship opportunities in the field of millets. As we all know that, the earlier millets was known as the food of poor people, the people who could not afford to eat rice and wheat. They used to eat millets. So it was known as a food for the poor. But now a complete transformation has taken place and people have started realizing its multiple health benefits. And now it has become a nutri food, So particularly, as we look back, we feel that most of the credit for this health awareness and for creating this awareness towards the utility of millets goes to our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Because as far as I remember, it was in the year 2018. The year 2018 was recognized as National Year of Millets. And as the learned speaker, Dr. Satyavati, told us in her deliberation that this year the proposal was sent to UNESCO and in United Nations, and United Nations General Assembly approved this proposal sent by Indian government, and this year 2023 is being celebrated as International Year of Millets. And moreover, the Indian government is focused on converting this into a big, big movement. So India India want to establish itself as global hub for millets. And I think that will be really great for us because, I take myself as a lay person, and I had no idea that millets can be so beneficial for health. It can have good impact on our cardiovascular health. It can have good impact on, for preventing diabetes, etc. I had no idea about it. And today, I'm very happy that, many of our learners got this opportunity to know more and more about health benefits of millets, about various varieties of millets, as well as regarding the scope of entrepreneurial opportunities in the field of millets. And they also learned about various things which can be devised by millets, various millet products which are available in the market, which are being exported, and various other things which are necessary for becoming a successful entrepreneur or for establishing any new startup. So at the end, once again, I would congratulate School of Agriculture for organizing this webinar on a topic which is very, very useful for everybody. So thank you, and over to you.
We are grateful to you, madam, for motivating words and always encouraging us. So you very rightly said, madam, we used to think of millets as poor people's food, but nowadays we could see that the millets are available in urban retail markets, and health conscious people are buying them at very high prices. So thank you once again, madam, for your kind presence. We always look forward to you for your kind guidance and blessings. So earlier we thought of having interaction with all the participants, but due to paucity of the time, it won't be possible today. We are sorry. Now we have reached to the last part of our program. I express my sincere thanks to the webinar coordinators, Professor S.K. Yadav and Dr. Mukesh Kumarji, for giving me this opportunity to have interaction with the experts and the participants. So now I request my colleague, Dr. P. Vijay Kumar, for proposing a formal vote of thanks, please. Dr. Vijay Kumar, please.
Thank you, Dr. Mita, madam. Good afternoon to the dignitaries and all present here. It's indeed my privilege to propose a vote of thanks. I must say that today's webinar on millets and entrepreneurship was thought-provoking, informative, and a grand success. This was achieved through the contribution and hard work of a team, and it's my obligation to acknowledge and thank each one of them. At the outset, on my personal behalf and on behalf of the School of Agriculture, my sincere gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nageshwar Rao, sir, for his continued support and guidance. You have been a wonderful custodian of this university, and under your inspirational leadership, the university has risen to new heights in distance and online education. A big thank you and gratitude, Professor Rao, sir. Our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Sumitra Kukreti ma'am, has shown keen interest in all our activities and initiatives and always encouraged us and motivates us to move forward. Thank you, ma'am, for addressing this August gathering. I would like to express my gratitude to PVC Professor Satyakam sir for sparing valuable time, addressing the audience and giving valuable insights. And special thanks to PVC's Professor Uma Kanjilal ma'am, Dr. Srikant Mohapatra sir, and Dr. Manroop Singh Meena sir for their esteemed support and cooperation. There are no words to express our gratitude to both the speakers of today's webinar. Dr. Satyavati introduced about millets, their benefits and uses, while Dr. Mittal outlined the agripreneur and entrepreneurial opportunities in millets. We are highly indebted to both Dr. Tara and Dr. Mittal for sharing their experiences and sparing valuable time and enlightening the August gathering. I would like to express my sincere thanks to Professor S.K. Yadav sir, who gave the welcome address today. His thoughts and ideas are always motivating and always a boost for us. I would also like to acknowledge and thank our director, Dr. Praveen Jain ji for giving an overview of the School of Agriculture and also about this webinar. We also thank you for your unabating encouragement and motivation. Special thanks also goes to COE team for providing the necessary technical support for organizing the webinar online, and CPRO team for webcasting and publicity. Sincere thanks to Dr. Meeta ma'am for wonderfully moderating this webinar. I would also like to thank Professor Yadav sir and Dr. Mukesh ji, webinar coordinators, for taking pain to put all the blocks together. A wide round of applause and thanks to all the teachers, academics, non-teaching staff of the university, IGNOU learners, alumni, senior officials from Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Education, and other different governmental departments and organizations, and all the participants who made the event a memorable one. Finally, I would like to thank all of you present here for taking time to be with us today and helping us make this event a grand success. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Dr. Vijay Kumar sir, and thank you everyone for your participation. We hope that from tomorrow onwards, you will like to have at least one millet product in your diet. So with the permission of our respected Pro Vice Chancellors, can we now conclude the webinar, please? Madam, please, can you conclude the webinar? Or Director sir, can you conclude the webinar, please?
Yes, Dr. Meeta.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Have a good
Thank you
day.
very much for all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No.
And thank you, Mittal sir. Thank you, Lakshmi Chandra ji from Ministry.
Thank you, Yadav ji.